Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, HHS is working on a new AI strategic plan, and budget woes for government's science and technology efforts. It's Thursday, October 10th, 2024. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. Now, let's get into today's top headlines. The Department of Health and Human Services is working on a new strategic plan for the use of artificial intelligence across the entire breadth of its mission, the department's top AI official said Tuesday. Micky Tripathi, HHS's acting chief AI officer and its assistant secretary for technology policy, said at the NVIDIA AI Summit in Washington, D.C. that the AI strategic plan should arrive sometime in January and that it will span, quote, the entire sort of breadth of what the department covers. During a panel discussion at the event, Tripathi detailed the complex web of mission sets spanning, quote, the value chain of life sciences and healthcare that HHS oversees, that the new strategic plan will attempt to wrap its arms around. Those include medical research and discovery, preclinical work, measuring the safety and effectiveness of medical products, healthcare delivery, health technology standards setting, human services, public health, and much more. The new plan also looks to balance promoting innovation and setting guardrails for the use of AI. In other news, budget constraints on research and development are limiting science and technology efforts across the federal landscape. That's according to a new Quadrennial White House report released this week. That report, published Monday, noted that federal agencies are working to manage current funding for federally funded R&D, but that the administration is in a position where it must continue advocating for robust levels. Speaking at an American Enterprise Institute event Tuesday, Office of Science and Technology Policy Director Micky Tripathi echoed concerns about the current state of funding for federal R&D, as well as its infrastructure and impact on global competition for the nation. She said that the government has to, quote, do some fixing to make sure that we've got facilities and infrastructure that work. Tripathi also pointed to the NIST headquarters in Maryland and how the building has been under construction for a very long time as an example, but said, quote, it's not just NIST, it's many other places, and that we've got to do some of those foundational things, and that it's time for us to go big with the possibilities that science and technology really bring us. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, visit fedscoop.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back next week with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.